On the great lonesome tundra of the far north, there lived a muskox named Lola. Lola was extremely smart, usually. But when it came to dividing with fractions, she just couldn't. She could multiply with fractions.
Just multiply the numerators and multiply the denominators.
She could divide whole numbers. And she even knew the connection between division and multiplication. For example, when she saw 24 divided by 3 equals something, she thought of the number for the box as a missing factor. She thought of the 3 as a given factor and 24 as a product. She thought,
24 divided by 3 is the missing factor in the problem. 24 equals 3 times something. And 8 is the missing factor.
So 24 divided by 3 is 8. Lola knew all these things, so she wasn't a dumb ox, really. Then one day, her friend Arthur the Arctic Fox said,
"Come on, Lola. You should be able to divide fractions. Let's look at a problem." You can use the same idea that you use with whole numbers. You just want to find the missing factor. Right. You have a product and a given factor, and you must find the missing factor. You can change it to a multiplication problem. But since we're working with fractions, it will help to think of the missing factor in the form of a fraction. Then you want to find the missing numerator and denominator. Now, how do you multiply fractions?
Well, you multiply numerators and then denominators.
Now, what do you multiply by 3 to get 9? That's right. The 3 must go in the diamond. And the triangle? Right, since 2 times 4 is 8. Now, let's go back to our problem. We want to find the missing factor. We found it was 3/4, because 3/2 times 3/4 is 9/8. So 9/8 divided by 3/2 equals 3/4. Shall we do another problem, Lola? Let's try 9/14 divided by 3/7. And while you're working on that, maybe everyone who is watching the film can turn off their projector and try along with you. We'll be back shortly. Let's see how we did. 9/14 divided by 3/7 is 3/2. That's right. Okay, Lola. Now we'll try one that's a little harder. That's right. Change it to a multiplication problem. Right. You must find the missing numerator. What's wrong? Oh, 2 isn't a factor of 5, so you don't know what number to multiply 2 by to get 5. I'll give you a hint, Lola. Change the name of the product, 5, 6, so it will be easy to find the missing numerator.
Well, I know the value of 5, 6 won't change when I multiply the numerator and denominator by the same number.
Right.
Then 5 times 2 over 6 times 2, or 10/12, is a new name for 5, 6. And 2 is a factor of 10. So, 2 times 5 is 10, and 3 times 4 is 12. Then 2/3 times 5/4 is 10/12, or 5, 6.
What about the original problem?
5, 6 divided by 2/3 must be 5/4.
That's terrific, Lola. Let's try another one. Try 7/8 divided by 3/4. And while you're working it out, everyone watching can try too. Now let's see how you did. 7/8 divided by 3/4 is 7/6. Very good, Lola. Let's try another one. And if you can do this next one, you'll be able to do any division problem with fractions. Ready? Right. Now we have a multiplication problem. Come on, Lola. What did you do before? Remember the last problem? What did you do? Right. You renamed 5/6. Now try it on this new problem. Okay, we know that 3 isn't a factor of 7 times 2. 2 wasn't a factor of 5. But you got around that difficulty with no problem. Could you change the name of the product again? Right. You can multiply both the numerator and the denominator by 3 and not change the product. It's still 5/7.
Now what do I do, Arthur?
Come on, Lola. You've done the hard part. 2 times what number equals 5 times 2 times 3?
Of course. 5 times 3. And 3 times 7 times 2 is 7 times 2 times 3.
There, you've done it. 5/7 divided by 2/3 is 15/14. Pretty pleased with yourself, Lola?
I am, Arthur, thanks to you.
Do you think you can divide any two fractions now, Lola?
I think so, Arthur.
I'll give you some more just to make sure. Here are 3 problems like the 3 we just did. Copy them down and have fun with them.